Okay, it's getting closer to the Elimination Chamber as well as the debut of the WWE Network. So we begin with Randy Orton in the ring complaining about having to face 5 guys who he's defeated several times. If you watch SmackDown, you know that Christian and Cesaro also are in the chamber. So that means half of the IWC hates who's in it, and the other half would go absolutely crazy if they were to leave the chamber match. So Orton is now going to face all 5 people who are in the chamber. And this night he takes on Daniel Bryan. I was watching with my wife and she was, "This is a really solid match." And I went, "Yes, Daniel Bryan and Orton on Raw, beautiful matches. At a pay-per-view, not as much. This one, great back and forth. Daniel Bryan worked the leg, a lot of interesting looking moves. Orton worked the arm, went beautifully. Kane came down towards the end, kind of distracted Daniel Bryan, didn't matter. Running knee, 1, 2, 3. Afterwards, beat down by Kane and by Randy Orton. That just bookend your whole thing right there. Wrestling Wars, John Cena. Well, John Cena has an eye injury, so he's going to be out for a little while. No big loss. Crowd chanted a lot for CM Punk, who I guess has gone from the E. They wasted a spot for Batista to show up because he kind of had an impromptu jaw-jacking session with Alberto Del Rio. Really didn't care. Swagger had a return match against Christian with Cesaro and Zeb Coulter on the outside. Now Swagger's been losing a lot. I don't know if they're going to break up the tag team with the Real Americans. Would be kind of close since they just broke up the Primetime Players. Of course, Swagger, hard fought match, loses to Christian. Nice match, good match, proper pacing, worked well. The Middle-Aged Outlaws took on the Brotherhood in a steel cage match, which could only be won by pinfall or submission. This match, I think it's like a 3-segment long match. That felt like it should have been a 2. You know, the New Age Outlaws, great tag team to watch, but you can tell they don't have the quickness that is really needed for this sort of match. Great job with the team of psychology, but yeah, this is a Raw. You got a set amount of time you want to try to get through. You want to tell a good story, but not take too long in this match. And of course, the ending came from Cody Rhodes hitting an off the top of the cage moonsault on the Road Dogg. However, Road Dogg was not the legal man. Billy Gunn was. Famouser, 1, 2, 3, still your tag team champions. You know what? Solid match. Solid match, just a little bit too long. Saw 2 6-man tag matches. If you watched SmackDown last week, you now know the Shield is pretty much called out the Wyatts for costing them the spot in the Elimination Chamber. They're going to have a 6-man tag match at Chamber. That match, to me, I think holds a lot more importance to it than does the Chamber match itself. So the Shield took on Kofi Kingston, Kofi Kingston, Big E Langston, and Rey Mysterio, with the finish coming. Roman Reigns had knocked down Big E Langston, was looking for the spear, tagging Dean Ambrose. He hit the Ambrose finisher, 1, 2, 3, pinned him. Awesome promo by the Wyatts. It's going to be a sick match. The Wyatts then take on the team of Dolph Ziggler, and that's the most important person because everyone just chanted Dolph Ziggler the whole time. I'm trying to remember who else that 6-man was. You know, and again, it seems weird to throw together like the random teams against an established team. So the Wyatts, of course, the big discus clothesline, tagging Sister Abigail, 1, 2, 3, they pinned Dolph Ziggler. Solid match. Then the Shield cut a promo. Great promo. So you get 2 guys who are using backstage theatrics to cut really solid promos to lead to their what should be epic 6-man tag match. Titus O'Neil, fresh off breaking away from the primetime players on SmackDown, took on returning Zack Ryder. Zack is beefed up a decent amount. Okay match for Titus O'Neil. I do love the fact that his Clash of the Titus, which is kind of like it's a Sky High Powerbomb, which is one of D'Lo Brown's moves. I like the fact that when he puts him up, he seems to also use his hand to get up a little bit higher, so the guy appears to almost be falling from slightly above Titus O'Neil. Looks great. Nice, solid, impressive move. Did a great spot on the Big Cat Ernie Ladd. That's kind of a Black History Month sort of thing. I thought that was fantastic. They then follow that up with Fandango, Summer Rae in the ring, Santino coming down and bringing out Emma. Emma, if you watch NXT, has the gimmick that she's a drunk girl dancing. If you've watched Shimmer at all, she was Tenille. So trained by Lance Storm, very solid in-ring worker. A really dumb gimmick. So if you're keeping score at home, that means the Divas Division, which I think is 14. 4 of them have dancing gimmicks. It's pretty sad. Naomi took on Oksana in a match that I think they blew a spot that they then tried to work into a different spot. They used kind of like a body scissors, which normally goes into a really nice pin, but Naomi and Oksana couldn't quite sync up, so instead Naomi kind of just rolled Oksana around the ring. It was a nice match. I do like the fact that Naomi does the split-legged moonsault. I thought that was nice. But then Alicia Fox came in the ring, and then Naomi got in the ring. Cameron got in the ring, and then there was a rear view. I do like the fact that Naomi took a knee to the face, and she actually sold having like an injury for a longer period of time. Okay. Decent. So, a nice job when it came to kind of building towards Elimination Chamber while still trying to also build towards WrestleMania. Some of the matches were kind of the tag team match I think went. It's going to naturally take longer because you will need time to set up the cage and all that and to get the match actually started and then to go through the match. But it seemed like it was just a tad bit too long. Beyond that, this was a pretty decent episode of Raw. With, of course, there being no John Cena, no CM Punk, and having a really solid main event.